Alright, it's been a long time coming. I think a lot of you were looking forward to this. What I have in front of me is Rainbow Six Siege Mobile. Just kidding. It's not. It's actually this.
No, 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 no. Look at the top of his head. Look at his lips.
The game you're just looking at was actually Area F2. Area F2 was a game released by Kyuka Games, owned by Alibaba, on April 20th. It was terminated exactly 30 days later on May 20th. It was short-lived, but it made a huge impact on anyone playing mobile games at the time because it was really the closest thing we had to a mobile Rainbow Six Siege. Why did it get taken down? Well, the game itself was running into a lot of technical issues. People were struggling to learn how to play the game, especially people coming from games like COD or PUBG. Rainbow Six just way more in-depth than that. People were struggling with the maps. Even I was struggling with the maps, and it was just really, really convoluted. So they're gonna, redo it to make it more simple. But the main reason is they're actually sued by Ubisoft for copyright, which I guess was within their rights because, it was pretty much just a complete port of Rainbow Six. I think that's why Elite Squad received so much bad backlashes, because basically Ubisoft got rid of F2 to replace it with a much more inferior game, which is understandable why people got mad about it. I think there was a bit of an overreaction, but it is a bad game nevertheless. You know how some movies are so bad they're good? Well, that rule does not apply to video games. Tom Clancy's Elite Squad is so bad it's just a miserable experience all around. You can tell the developers spent like 5 minutes working on the game. There's loading screens everywhere, and like on one of the screens you upgrade like your characters, but it just brings you to this blank page for like 15-20 seconds, and that happens all the time. And 15-20 seconds doesn't sound that bad, but when every time you do an action you have to wait with a delay like that, it's so annoying. It took me like almost 10 minutes just to get through the tutorial, which was very boring as well, which brings me to my next point. The actual gameplay of Elite Squad is like the most bland thing I've ever seen. It's just like, it's basically Raid Shadow Legends, but Rainbow Six. There's absolutely no substance to it. Maybe if you got a little more experience with the game, you could find a little bit of strategy here and there, but I mean, Jesus Christ, it's so boring. It's so boring. You just stand there, you tap your two abilities, and then the characters just fight a battle, and then you win or lose depending on how good your characters are. But you might be thinking, well, maybe that's just my opinion, and it is my opinion. It's not factually correct, even though it is. What do other people think? Is it just me being negative, or is this just a general consensus among many people in the mobile gaming scene? No, it's not me. This Discord server I frequent, and when the game came out, the YouTuber who owned the server played the game, and he didn't. The fact that he didn't say it was bad right off the bat, so many people thought he was sponsored by them. There was a little riot, and like they muted all the channels and stuff. So I think out of the 4,000 members, pretty much every one of them was like, "No, this is terrible." So it's not just me. In fact, I'm gonna conduct an interview right now with a fellow mobile gamer, and we'll see what he thinks. First of
Oh,
all,
okay.
what do you think about Elite Squad?
I think it's like a shit excuse for Raid Shadow Legends, but they're milking Splinter Cell and R6 to get a few more clicks just because they're known characters.
For it, it's not really my type. Like, what happened with Area F2, and I don't really like those type of games, like RPG or turn-based games. But I really think they did a pretty good job with the graphics and stuff.
It actually looks not bad. Out of all the things that I think is wrong with it, it definitely has the cinematic. It's just, it doesn't have the entertainment.
Exactly.
Well, there you have it, folks. I guess the verdict's in. People do not like Tom Clancy's Elite Squad. There still might be a market for it, but I still have yet to find it. Well, that's pretty much about it. As always, my Discord's down there as well as the comments, so if you have any feedback on it or anything else to add, always let me know because I'm very interested in everything that I did not cover in the past however many minutes because I put no effort into any of my videos.